You can imagine here in Uganda, we had our Indians, Indian people who had come from India and become Ugandan. And they were very active. You know, our Indian people are very active in business. But one of our leaders, Amin, chased them and stole their property. Amin. Why was he chasing these people? They were working for the country in an area where the African Ugandans were not active, because the African Ugandans were in crops, in livestock, in fishing, but not in business. They were not active in business. And these Indians were active there. And Idi Amin chased them. But when we came, we brought them back. I don't know whether there are some more here. Our returnee Indians, did they come? Who is here? Come and we'll see you, the returnee. Come and we'll see how he looks like. Ah, this is just a young boy. Maybe the parents, your parents are the ones who came back?
Yes, Your Excellency. My grandmother is from Bombo. My father is born in Bombo also. So
yes.
we came back after you called us.
Your father is still alive?
Yes, my father is still alive.
How old is he?
He's 75 now, Your Excellency.
What business were they doing before they were chased?
They were doing beer trading, Your Excellency.
They were doing
trading in Nakaseke areas.
Retail?
Retail.
Oh, okay. So all those were chased, but we brought them back because it was a big mistake. So the reason we think it will be very easy to move is if the government concentrates on public goods, on the roads, the railway, the electricity, the infrastructure, education, health, and then so that we lower the cost of doing business in the economy. Because what Honorable Anita is saying, that Uganda is number what? What is it? Uganda has done what?
Your Excellency, with your efforts, you've made Uganda to be #1 best investment destination in East Africa, and #3 for you to get return on investment in the whole of Africa. That's by Oxford.
Thank you. But this is in spite of doing little. We have done, because we are now just beginning. For instance, electricity. The cost of electricity per unit is still a bit high. We want to bring it to 5 cents per unit. We are going to work on the railway so that the transport costs are lower, instead of, because we are now mainly using road from here to the ocean. And on the side of Kenya, the ocean is 800 miles away from here, on the side of Kenya. On the side of Tanzania, the ocean is 1,000 miles away from here. And we are now saying that this long distance is better, it is covered by rail rather than by road transport. Because rail transport is cheaper than road transport. But you now hear that we are ranked #1, what, in spite of these obstacles which we need to resolve, which we are going to resolve. We have repaired the old meter gauge railway, and we are going to build the standard gauge railway so that we handle the issue of the transport costs to the ocean. And then electricity, that one we are moving on very well. So I welcome these companies which are coming to do solar power. They will contribute. So therefore, really, you should clarify to our friends from the UAE that this area is very good for business, and most of the requirements are in place. The market is in place because we worked on it politically. Uganda, but East Africa, we had to work on it to integrate, to create the East African market by negotiating with our brothers. And by 1980, the Africans started waking up. You know, many people in the world, you call sleeping naim in Arabic, sleeping. Naim. Many people in the world suffer from naim. Just asleep. Even here, Africans are fond of sleeping. But in 1980, they started waking up. This was about 20 years after independence. When they met in Lagos, Nigeria, they said, we have been naim, we have been asleep. There is no way Africa can develop without creating one market. That's when we started. We started in 1980, what was called the Lagos Plan of Action. Lagos is a city in Nigeria. And the plan was to integrate the African markets. That's when it started. They had been asleep until that time when they woke up. So we have now moved. We have moved.